In the scorching sands of Egypt, where the ancient pyramids stand as eternal sentinels, a brilliant young French general named Napoleon Bonaparte launched one of history's boldest expeditions. It was 1798, amid the turmoil of the French Revolution. The revolutionary government in Paris sought to wound its arch-rival, Britain, by severing its vital trade routes to India. Napoleon's invasion of Egypt aimed to establish a French presence in the East, disrupt British commerce, and spread Enlightenment ideals. This is the tale of that ambitious campaign, culminating in the triumphant yet bittersweet Battle of Aboukir in 1799. Origins of the expedition. Napoleon's proposal stemmed from his stunning victories in Italy against Austria. At just 28, he convinced the Directory to approve the plan in 1797. Egypt, under nominal Ottoman rule but controlled by Mamluk warlords, seemed ripe for conquest. Controlling the Nile could threaten Britain's Indian Empire, while Napoleon dreamed of liberating locals from tyranny and exploring ancient wonders. In secrecy, a massive fleet of 300 ships gathered at Toulon, carrying 38,000 troops and 167 scholars, scientists, artists, and engineers known as the Commission des Sciences et des Arts. This unique army of savants would blend warfare with discovery. The Armada sailed on May 19, 1798, commanded by Admiral François-Paul Brueys. It evaded British pursuit by capturing Malta on June 11th, then landed near Alexandria on July 1st. French forces under General Jean-Baptiste Kléber swiftly stormed the city, raising the tricolor flag. Napoleon declared, "Soldiers, you are undertaking a conquest with incalculable effects on world civilization." March to Cairo and the Battle of the Pyramids. The army pushed south to Cairo through brutal heat, sandstorms, and Bedouin attacks. Dysentery and thirst plagued the ranks. On July 21st, at the Battle of the Pyramids, Mamluk cavalry, 6,000 warriors in gleaming armor, led by Murad Bey and Ibrahim Bey, charged fiercely. Napoleon deployed his infantry in massive defensive squares, bristling with bayonets. Famously crying, "Soldiers, 40 centuries look down upon you," he watched as disciplined French volleys shattered the assaults. The Mamluks lost heavily in minutes. Cairo surrendered soon after. Napoleon entered as a supposed liberator, forming a local council, respecting Islamic traditions, and even adopting Eastern dress, earning the moniker Ali Bonaparte. Yet occupation brought heavy taxes and firm control. Scientific triumphs amid conquest. The scholars thrived. They founded the Institut d'Egypte in Cairo, cataloging Egypt's wonders. They introduced Arabic printing presses, tested hot air balloons, and documented everything. Most enduringly, in July 1799, soldiers unearthed the Rosetta Stone, a key artifact that would later allow decipherment of hieroglyphs. Their work birthed the monumental Description d'Égypte, sparking modern Egyptology and Orientalist fascination. Setbacks: Battle of the Nile and Cairo Revolt. Disaster struck on August 1, 1798. Admiral Horatio Nelson surprised the French fleet at Aboukir Bay, the Battle of the Nile. Trapped ships faced devastating broadsides. The flagship L'Orient exploded spectacularly. Most of the fleet was lost, stranding Napoleon's army. Isolation bred unrest. In October, Cairo revolted, centered at Al-Azhar Mosque. Rebels killed French officers. Napoleon crushed the uprising with artillery and infantry, leaving thousands dead and deepening resentment. The Syrian campaign. In February, Napoleon invaded Syria with 14,000 men to forestall an Ottoman attack. Early successes included capturing Gaza and storming Jaffa, but the massacre of prisoners there tarnished his name. At Acre, defended by Jazar Pasha and British naval support under Sidney Smith, the French met stubborn resistance. A 2-month siege failed amid plague outbreaks. Despite routing an Ottoman relief force at Mount Tabor, Napoleon retreated in May, his army ravaged by disease and hardship. The Battle of Aboukir, Napoleon's last victory in Egypt. Back in Egypt by June, Napoleon downplayed the failure. Then came opportunity. In July, a British Ottoman fleet landed 18,000 to 20,000 troops at Aboukir under Said Mustafa Pasha. They seized a redoubt and besieged the fort. Napoleon rapidly concentrated forces, recalling generals like Joachim Murat, Jean Lannes, and Louis Desailly, assembling about 8,700 men in cavalry. On July 25, 1799, battle erupted on the Aboukir Peninsula. Ottomans held entrenched lines from sea to lake. Napoleon split his army, Lannes on the left, Lannes on the right, Murat's cavalry poised for exploit. Dawn assaults broke the flanks. Ottomans panicked, thousands drowning while fleeing into the sea, a horrific spectacle Napoleon called the worst he had witnessed. French guns then battered the second line. Murat's dramatic cavalry charge pierced the center, reaching Mustafa Pasha's tent. In fierce combat, Murat was shot in the jaw, but captured the Pasha after severing his fingers, forcing surrender. The rout was total. After bombardment, the fort capitulated on August 2nd. French losses, around 800. Ottomans, thousands killed or drowned, many captured, including future ruler Muhammad Ali, rescued by the British. The victory brought banners, guns, and glory. Murat earned promotion. Napoleon hailed it as annihilation. Yet Egypt's hold weakened. Learning of French reverses in Europe via British newspapers, Napoleon secretly departed on August 23rd aboard the frigate Muron, leaving Kléber in command. He reached France to seize power in the coup of 18 Brumaire, becoming first consul. The campaign ended in 1801 with French surrender to British forces. Militarily, it failed, cut off, diseased, and evacuated, but propagandized victories like Aboukir boosted Napoleon's legend. Culturally, it transformed the world, sparking Egyptian modernization under Muhammad Ali, introducing Western ideas and revolutionizing knowledge of antiquity. The Rosetta Stone unlocked ancient Egypt. Scholarly works inspired generations. Napoleon's Egyptian dream blended ambition, brilliance, and tragedy. On Aboukir's sands, amid victory's roar and the sea's grim harvest, it shone brightest before vanishing like a desert mirage.
Subscribe to The Thought Chamber for more, and feel free to drop your opinion.